I see. It's probably Skype being a bitch. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so we're back up. So,
On the plus side, our chat is now working on screen.
Yeah.
So that was the whole point. Only reason we did that.
It was all conspiracy. What archetypes do you like to play? Historically throughout your time playing Magic as a whole, do you gravitate towards control, combo, aggro, etc.?
I like to play Teachings the most. It's just the most fun deck for me. I also really like
Shane just hates you even more now.
Yeah, I like playing Kuldotha Boros, and I only like playing the token version. I don't like the Monarch version at all.
Why not?
I think that the token version is better against all the decks that are bad matchups for you, so I want to play that one. Like, I think the fact that it can win on turn 4 or on turn 5, whereas the Monarch deck just can't win on turn 4 at all. I don't think it's even possible, and they struggle to win on turn 5, and you need to have a clock like that against Tron, against Teachings, even against decks like Flicker. You need to be able to kill them fast. And if you can't, you're going to lose. So I'd rather do that. I think the Monarch deck is probably better against like other mid-range decks, and I don't know, it might be better against some of the smaller decks. I'm not even sure if it's better against aggro decks, to be honest, but I would rather have a better matchup against the big decks.
I'm personally a little bit worried about the Monarch cards. Like, they're really, really good, but I think that when I play them, because I played Thorn of the Black Rose a couple times in certain decks, I overthink it. Like, I have to have Monarchy. I have to keep it the entirety of it. So it makes me misplay because I keep trying to keep it, even though I should be focusing on different stuff.
Yeah, I think one of the issues that I have with the Monarch cards is that a lot of times, even if you resolve a turn 4 Monarch, you still lose against the big decks. Like, Tron doesn't care if you resolve a turn 4 Monarch. Like, they'll still just draw 6 cards a turn, and you can have your 2 all you want, but they're drawing 6 a turn instead of what you're doing. So they don't really care.
Out of all the known archetypes, what do you think are the best decks to play Monarch cards? Like, Mono Black obviously must be one, right? Because of all the creature kill and everything.
Yeah, I like it in the Rakdos deck. I do think that I think that the Boros deck is probably still the best deck that plays Monarch cards. I just don't really know if it should play them. Like, I think the Monarch version is still a good deck, and it's still fine because it's still just Boros. It's not that much different than the token deck, but I would just rather play the token deck myself.
Is it the main problem that the Monarchs don't help the matchups where you're not favored against? It only further favors you in the matchups you're already good against? Is that what the problem is?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, pretty much. I think that I honestly don't really know which matchups it's better than tokens against, and I am confident that it's worse against Tron and Teachings decks than the token versions. I'm pretty confident of that. So until someone really shows me or convinces me that the Monarch deck has, like, the Monarch version has a lot of other good matchups that the tokens deck doesn't, I'm not going to play it. And I haven't been convinced of that yet, other than, like, people are playing it more. But I think it's just, as Propaganda would say, I think it's new card smell. It's just it's like interesting to play, and it's a cool card, but it's bad against fairies. It's bad against, like, it's not good enough against control decks. It's not good against Tron. I don't know. It's just, and I think that Delver is like the best deck in the format, and I don't want that stuff against Delver. I don't want to play them. I don't even want to cast them when I have it. It's like weird. I'm just gonna lose it. So
I think that it's good against control deck, just not the control decks in the current meta. Like, it's not good against the Tron decks that are currently Denova, Marassa, all that stuff. But, like, against Teachings or something, having the double card draw turn when they're trying to lock you out is very, very important there. So it depends on the control matchup there.
It's strong, but I think I'd rather have the opportunity to kill them on turn 4 instead of like, you don't just win when you play that on turn 4. Like, I've beaten turn 4 Monarchs with Teachings plenty of times. So I've never beaten a turn 4 kill. So
all right, so it looks like they're ready to go. So I'm going to mute myself, and of course I'll be here if you need me. You guys know what to do.
I do not know what to do. Somebody please tell me what to do. I'm so
Figure it out.
confused.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
let's see what if we have the matchup here. We do. So we've got Pauper MTG on this like really, really aggressive Kiln Fiend deck, and then we've got Jenstakov on Tireless Tribe.
Yeah, and I find Pauper MTG's deck a little bit odd. Like, obviously, they play whatever the hell they want to play, as seen from the earlier rounds. But isn't Blue-Red Blitz just better than this deck overall?
It's way more consistent, but this deck can kill faster. So
True.
to each their own.
Yeah. What is the artifact creature's name again? I cannot for the life of me remember that. You can
Immolating Soul Eater.
There you go. Yeah, the Soul Eater can. I played a Pauper deck called. Is it Glass Cannon? Is that what it's called?
I would call it that.
Okay. I played a deck like this. Jen actually made me play it. Hey, Feed the Toad. Thanks for the follow, buddy. Jen made me play a deck like this when he subscribed to me at one point, and when it gets off, holy crap, it gets off. Unfortunately, it doesn't do it very often. Yeah.
Right. So this is looking like it could be a turn 2 kill if he gets a ramp spell for if he gets any way to get this Soul Eater down on turn 1, he'll have the win on turn 2. But Jen also has the win on turn 2 if he draws an Inside Out off the top. So this is gonna be a tight one.
Yeah, if he draws Inside Out, it's like 100% a win. Unfortunately for Pauper MTG, he can't play anything turn 1 just yet. So he's gonna have to wait for turn 2. So this is really, really crucial for Jen to draw a card, or at least Inside Out or something he can use to continue to draw cards here.
Right. So now that Pauper MTG missed on turn 1, they're probably going to get this Soul Eater countered.
Oh yeah, definitely. I wouldn't see Jen not countering it. Having the board clear saves you from having to have something like Shadow Rift and the likes.
Yeah, plus the probe the Gitaxian probe is actually huge here because for one, now he knows that he needs to hold up this counterspell, and for two, it actually counters something. So if he didn't have a free spell here, he actually wouldn't be able to counter anything with his circular logic.
And this 1 point of damage that he's getting across right now is actually a little bit important because this means that if the Soul Eater resolved, which I don't think it will, that he won't be able to just get rid of everything to deal 18 instead of having to deal with the 20.
Right. So I think they'll still have enough, but it's not going to work anyway. So
yeah. This is very, very favored for Jen right now. Let's see how he can mess it up.
So we're seeing the problem here with playing the Glass Cannon deck, right? You have one creature, and if that one creature doesn't resolve, then you lose. And
there's a reason it's called Glass Cannon, like how fragile it is. Jen still technically does need to draw Inside Out, but having that Gush in hand or even Anticipate, or heck, even Brainstorm, everything in his hand is going to help him get there before Pauper MTG can draw another creature.
Yeah, he gets to look at like 9 cards or something. So he's going to probably Brainstorm, play the Evolving Wilds, and I don't know, he might shuffle away one of these Gushes. Might shuffle away the Anticipate, depending on what he draws here. Probably going to shuffle away 2 lands.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't great, but I think that instead of Evolving Wilds, I would Ash Barrens for an island. So that way you can possibly hold up something. Like, no real difference there, except, hey, holding up a mana or not taking the 2 for Gitaxian Probe. It's always good.
Yeah, I think the Ash Barrens is just better here.
Oh, yeah. And that's, a lot of people are very... like I've seen things on Reddit on Pauper asking why Ash Barrens is so good compared to like Evolving Wild or something, which kind of does the same thing when you have a Brainstorm. But the Ash Barrens, having it played out, like being able to play the untapped land, is huge. No matter if it does take that 1 mana.
Definitely. So it looks like he actually decided to shuffle away a Gush.
Ooh.
And actually in this deck, so in most decks, I think Ash Barrens is almost a strict upgrade to Evolving Wilds, but this is one of the only decks that I think it might not be. Simply because you can keep a 1-land hand in this deck if you have a lot of cantrips and stuff, but you can't keep an Ash Barrens hand, or you can't keep a 2 Ash Barrens hand.
By the way, pretty sure this is a win for Jen next turn, unless Pauper MTG can do something about Tireless Tribe.
Yep.
But
so all they have to do is draw a creature, and they can, like a Kiln Fiend will block the Tireless Tribe, but actually can't get through.
Mm-hmm. So if he does draw, well, actually no, because I was thinking if you draw the Killing Fiend, you gush to find something, but he doesn't have any untapped mana anymore, so he's not able to either way. So Pauper MTG did draw a Faithless Looting, so he gets to look at 2 more cards to see if he's able to find something. Ooh, does not look like it.
I think I would have probably cast Manamorphose first, but
good point.
It's not going to matter here, simply because he still gets to play it. But if he had drawn a Kiln Fiend but not a land, wouldn't have been able to play it.
Definitely, and that's one of the problems with the deck like this. The sequencing is very, very difficult to get down. Knowing what I should draw here, what I shouldn't draw there, it's very important in decks like this.
Yep. And it looks like they lose, so...
Yeah, and getting that inside out, like, you can say it's a top deck, but with how much card draw Jen had in his hand, that was basically what was going to happen.
Yeah, Jen was going to be able to gush and anticipate on this turn to look for it. So he still had 5 more looks, plus his draw step. So 6 looks at cards that... And he already had it already, but 6 more than he already looked at.
Yeah, and another inside out. So pro tip that I found out myself, don't inside out the same creature twice. It's not good. It doesn't do...
old double switch.
I had the win, I think, against a burn deck or something, but I needed the card draw, so I did it on my creature instead of theirs twice, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna... Oh, crap. Alright, so I assume he's gonna... Yeah, chain things. I assume he's gonna go for the win here. There's really no reason not to. I don't think Pauper MTG plays any, like, Fire Blast or Gut Shots or anything main board.
Yep, and doesn't even need to gush, or maybe does.
Let's see.
No, it's just 20 without the gush anyway. 21 without the gush, but for good measure, he could. Nope, not even bothering.
It takes too long. Why even do that? Does
Still
he play
at
2
all
Fire
these.
Blast main board? Ooh, apparently he plays 2 Fire Blast main board. So
Yeah, that was actually a little loose by Jen.
I mean, I probably would have went for it either way.
I would have gone for it, but
Yeah,
I would have gushed.
Yeah, it's always nice to have counterspell backup just in case.
Yeah, because he could have drawn a circular logic off of his gush and still held up the blue. So,
all right, so let's go ahead and look at the sideboard here. Probably Pyroblast, I would think.
Yep, Pyroblast is great, and we're missing some gut shots as well. So on the screen, you don't see the gut shots because they got put in wrong, but they do have some number, maybe 4. Is it just 3? Yeah, 4 gut shots. So those actually shut down Tireless Tribe because when you flip it, it gets 1 toughness, and the gut shots take it out. So I imagine those 4 are all coming in. Might not even be able to bring in all these Pyroblasts, to be honest, but I'd probably bring in 4 Pyroblasts, or the Pyroblast as well.
What do you think of Thunderclaps here? Also for removal against the Tireless Tribe.
Yeah, I don't know how much you want. You could probably bring in all that stuff and then just never lose to your Tireless Tribe and eventually whittle them down.
Yeah,
that might be the best play.
I mean, yeah, definitely. But what do you think you take out here? This deck is finely tuned to kill as quick as possible. So, like, taking out a lot of the combo pieces, like, let's say, the mutagenic growth, the, like, actual creatures, it kind of weakens your deck a lot. But if you do get to keep them off of Tireless Tribe, that might be a good play.
Yeah, I'm taking out the 4 Assault Strobes, probably.
Yeah.
And if you're going for this control game, I would take out the stuff that is only... for making you go off on turn 1. So, like, I would probably take out the Simian Spirit Guides and stuff.
Yeah.
If we're playing a control game against them, we don't need to win on turn 2.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, you basically start trying to play the control game in here, trying to literally murder everything. Doesn't even matter how. Sacrificing a land, paying a bunch of mana for just to kill it. Just get that off the board as soon as possible, and then you'll just be able to chip away with your 1/1s or even... your Killing Fiends getting pumped by each turn instead.
Right. Yeah, we'll switch to see the other ones.
So I wonder what Jen has here again. That's not Jen.
That would be a very good deck against the Tireless Tribe deck. It would be almost impossible to beat that Rakdos deck.
Yeah, all of the removal, all of the sacrifice, that would be horrible.
I was playing Teachings one time against Tireless Tribe, and they probed me on turn 2, and they just conceded. So
also, can we just agree that probing on turn 2 sounds horrifying? Like, I would not want to say that if I was in front of like my parents or something. Hey, mom, guess who got probed on turn 2?
Yeah, anyway. there's a lot of things in Magic that out of context are not necessarily PG.
Oh, seriously. Like, I'm gonna plow your mom or something, turn 1, different stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're going to get back to the match. We weren't able to see Jen's sideboard, but looks like a Standard Bearer came in. I imagine he has some Hydroblasts. Other than that, I'm not sure what else would come in. Maybe if he has some Dispels, they might be okay. But Dispel's not that amazing against Pauper MTG's deck.
Yeah, but I don't know if I would mulligan, because if you find a white source, this is pretty good.
Oh, no, I'm keeping this hand all day.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. With the Ponder, double Ponder, actually, the chances of finding the white source is very high. Also, we have a weird flickering to the left of the hand. I don't know what that is exactly, Zane. Oh, that's Jen messing everything up. How dare he?
Jen's punishment for getting everything all messed up is that Pauper MTG is going to kill him on turn 2 with this hand.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
They do not need to draw anything more. They have a turn 2 kill right now.
Turn 1, Rite of Flame. Turn 2, double mutagenic growth and assault probe. And then just kill yourself.
And Jen's dead.
Yeah. Is there anything Jen can draw into to get rid of this, really?
If he has Hydroblast, he can counter the Assault Strobe, but he's going to Ponder on turn 1, so he's not going to have that up, most likely.
So this is why, what does that say up at the top?
I can't read it because Skype is like a little small.
I'm pretty sure Pauper MTG is just drunk and doesn't know what they're saying anymore.
So it looks like they didn't take my advice to take out the stuff that is that slows them down.
And it's going to make them win for it. So
they are going to win.
Oh, it depends on what Jen draws right now. Nope, never mind. He does.
I don't know if he plays Days.
I don't think so. Days is expensive, and Jen is poor.
Well, I'd have lent Jen some Dazes. Come on.
Right.
None of those are Days, so.
Yeah. He does not run any Days, unfortunately. Days could possibly have won it for him, but Jen's digging for Force of Will. Yeah. Force of Will would be good in this matchup. You know, if we got
in the combo mirror, usually pretty good.
What do you think Pauper's like Force of Will is? Like the one card where it's like you can't play around, but you hate every time that it happens because they're tapped out, so you think you're good to go.
Pauper. It's just the format. I thought you meant Pauper MTG because they actually have a lot of free spells in their deck.
Oh no, but yeah, Pauper does have a lot of free spells there.
For me, it's just Days. I think it's kind of the obvious one, but it's such a blowout against Teachings. I just tap out like every turn for the whole game, so there's just nothing I can do about it to ever play around it. I just have to run into it at some point.
Yeah, every single time I think, they probably don't have Days. They have the Days. It's just how it happens, really.
These days, nobody has the Dazes because Blue Red Delver doesn't really play any of them anymore. So
hold on. These days, nobody has the Days.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah,
I'm on fire.
So he dead? Like
I believe he's dead.
Yeah, I really can't see. And Jen knows it too because he had to get Gitaxian probe.
Yep. So I don't think that there's anything that. Yeah, there's no way they can screw this up really unless they misclick.
Yeah. And Jen had such a good starting hand. Like, this was actually a really, really good starting hand.
It was going to be probably, it wasn't going to be that fast of a kill, but it'll be a turn 4 kill through a blocker.
But having the standard bear is really powerful against a combo deck like this, because they have to get rid of it to even start going for anything.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately, wasn't going to be able to play the standard bear until turn 3, even with what this hand looks like, but...
Yeah. And he just...
Jen's going to make him do the whole thing, but...
If I was Pauper MTG, I would just kill myself with it, just to send a message, you know?
Going down to 2.
And then Jen just has like 2 gut shots in hand. Oh, that would have been amazing.
Well, really, only 1 gut shot was necessary. That creature only has 1 toughness. So,
I mean, kill it. I guess never mind.
It had double mutagenic growth, so I guess it wouldn't have.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have worked.
Let's go ahead and look over once again. They started, so I think we should be good to go here. I don't see any different in sideboarding really, whether you're on the draw or whether you're on the play.
No, it's possible Pauper MTG would have wanted to move into a more controlling deck, like I was kind of thinking they might do in the first place when they're on the draw.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing by how fast they clicked submit that's not what's happening.
Yeah, and this hand does not look great for Jen. I can see it being capable playing against a deck that doesn't win on turn 2 or 3, but I don't see it going for him right now.
Yeah, I didn't quite see that first hand. I know there was a Hydroblast in it, which would have been pretty good, but I don't know if it was short on lands or anything.
Yeah.
Pauper MTG is a very good hand. They are missing a double strike spell, and they're missing any way to deal with interaction, but Jen doesn't have any interaction, so it's fine that they're missing it.
Yeah, and drawing it inside out, he is technically 1 card away from his combo, but it might not be fast enough depending on what Pauper MTG draws.
Yeah, so Rite of Flame means... You think they play a Kiln Fiend or a Soul Eater? Kiln Fiend is better at attacking.
Yeah. Like, you don't have to go all in with Kiln Fiend, you just have to keep playing spells and everything.
Yeah, the issue is it's weak to Hydroblast, which would have been a card that Jen originally had in his hand. But this hand doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, Hydroblast is so good against this deck. I mean, it doesn't kill off the Soul Eater, but it counters every relevant spell, and it kills off the Fiend.
Yeah. So Ulu makes a good point that Inside Out actually flips the power and toughness of Pauper MTG's creatures as well.
Yeah.
It's not as big of a deal with Kiln Fiend because you don't really just lose the game, but Immolating Soul Eater, if you spend 18 life and make it a 10-1 or something, and then it turns into a 1/10 with double strike,
that's still 2 points
lose.
of damage. 2 points of damage.
Yeah, it's not a good trade though. 18 points for 2 is not great.
Yeah, Inside Out is one of the main combo pieces, but it's also a very handy like utility card if you're playing against something like Thermal Alchemist, or if you block like Delver with the 2-power creature. Or sorry, with the I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Yes. Inside Out can be used for things other than the combo though, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of 0-power creatures in the format. It would be really cool in something like Modern, where we have Noble Hierarch and stuff. But in Pauper, there aren't very many. So Jensikov is dead here if he does not gush into a Hydroblast. But if he does gush into a Hydroblast, that could be a pretty big blowout for Pauper MTG, depending on how all in they go. Because I think they'll have to use both mutagenic growths to get a kill here, right?
How much power is he currently at right now?
I can't quite tell. They might only need 1.
Is that 10? So that means he has 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He technically does have the 20 in hand. I guess he's kind of he's trying to bait out.
Oh, now he loses.
Oh, nope, he dead. He dead. Jen dead.
Jen, what are you doing? You had an out.
So do you play around Hydroblast? I mean, he has a mountain. Do you just wait till the next turn?
I don't know.
That's a safer play, but you don't play a deck called Glass Cannon without going balls to the walls.
Yeah, I think I don't know.
I would
I don't
definitely
know.
do it. I would.
I'm too conservative to even play this deck in the first place, so I don't know what I would do here.
Oh man, I can just imagine you like turn 5. Should I go for it with like 4 counter spells in hand? Should I? I don't know.
Yeah, I play Storm and Legacy, and it's just
Yeah.
like, have I stripped every single card out of their hand that could possibly interact with me? Okay.
So you never win turn 1 because you always want to make sure, just in case. You never know.
Yeah, and as anyone who knows the Pauper MTG guys would have predicted, they are going for it. So
Yeah. I mean, I can't see them not going for it. Like if it was somebody else, I might see, let's wait a turn. We can win next turn. But Pauper MTG, they're just going to try to murder as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Looks like they do.
Yeah, it would have been nice to know what he would have gushed into.
Yeah.
But I think he was probably going to die the next turn anyway, even if he hit the Hydroblast off the gush. He'd have been down to 0 lands, play 1 land, and would have been a rough one. So Jen does not manage to get even a single win on the season.
He has one more. He has one more. Wait, no, he doesn't. Because
he's going to win by forfeit.
Hey! He gets a pity win. Go you, Jen.
So in matches played, Jen has performed worse than you did in the first season.
Yeah.
Way worse. Even if you include the free win, he still is worse than you.
Yeah, I mean, that's obvious. I beat the champion, so obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, Jen still technically did worse because Zane pointed out earlier that there was more chances for him to get 1 win, but there was less chances for Shane. So technically, Shane still did better.
Yeah, I was just thinking if he won this week and you get a win next week, like suddenly now he's 2-7, and 2-7 is definitely better than 1-6.
Yeah. So is this going to be the future of the Community Pauper Challenge? Oh, they did better than Shane, so it's fine. Oh, they did worse than Shane, so damn, that sucks.
I just want to say I did not start that meme. Thank you, Holy Duck. I did not start that meme, so that's not my fault at all whatsoever.
Hey, HJC, how's it going, buddy? But
last season Shane kind of ruled the meme world a lot less than this season, so...
Yeah.
A lot less.
Can we see the standings again, please? So that's going to bring. Well, Jen was already dead, but that brings Jen at 0-7. Jesus Christ. Oh man.
Poor guy. No, he's
0-8. Yes. That is true.
Wow.
So that's going to bring Pauper MTG to 4-4. Is that correct? So we didn't add them yet. Yes, to 4-4. So, Littlefield is 3-5, of course. And then, I forget who Littlefield faced. Ooh, Math Guy. Math Guy is 8-0. So, congratulations again to Math Guy. He is locked for first place. Mikey Ruru at this point looks to be a lock for second place. I think there's a chance that you might lose second place, right? If you lose this week and next. I don't think so, because everyone who has who could go 6-3, I've already beat them. Okay, so you pretty much locked up second at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
So Math Guy's for sure first because he beat Mikey Ruru already, and Mikey Ruru's I'm pretty sure it's confused. Yeah.
Yeah, I beat 420 Dragon, Kung Fu Trees, and Shane already, and they're the only ones who can tie me. So.
Okay. Yeah. So, what did you guys think about that match overall?
I mean, it was really pretty linear. It was either, hey, you got this, or you don't. The only one thing that I can see, as Mikey Ruru pointed out during the match, if Jen would have gushed, possibly hitting Hydroblast, he could have had a chance. But other than that, it was really just playing a single-sided game. Just do whatever you want and no interaction there.
Yeah, so... There were a couple options, as Zane's pointing out in our headset, that also could have played out the Ash Barons on that second turn and held up Inside Out for that turn 2. Would have made him a lot slower to get the White Source and stuff like that, but could have played the Inside Out on the Kiln Fiend and flipped it and only taken 2 damage, or I guess it would have taken 6.
Yeah, because it's a mutagenic gross.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think he was still gonna probably lose to the board at that point. Like they had 3 creatures. If they hit any spell, he's just taking so much damage. So
any spell means that you're taking 6 damage more. Plus, they could continue to pump the Soul Eater. So that really, I don't see how Jen could have won, even if it was for that. He would have just delayed the inevitable.
one spell would have been 9 damage. Plus, they had 18 life left or something, or not quite because of those mutagenic growths, but they could have pumped the Soul Eater like 10 times or something. Not 10 times, but a lot of times.
I would have totally tried to pump it 10 times. Just like I said,
it's 1-to-1, right? Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Tireless Tribe deck overall?
I think it's pretty good.
Really?
It's nice to have decks like that beat Tron all the time. So it is so hard to beat that deck with Tron. It's like with the combo Tron versions. If you're playing Marasatron with the burn spells, you can still beat them. But like I died on turn 4 the other day to that deck, and I had double fog.
Turn 4 is actually kind of slow, so.
I know, but I had 2 fogs on turn 4 that I cast both of, and they both got countered, and I died.
So,
wow!
I would feel so bad.
Comment in the chat. More like Tired Tribe after the last match. Wow, they're talking real trash.
Yeah, the Tireless Tribe is just a slower goldfish than that. The Kiln Fiend deck. The Kiln Fiend deck is obviously way more inconsistent and can't deal with any interaction. And the Tireless Tribe deck can deal with a little interaction, but not much either. I mean, if you just have black removal spells, they can't do anything.
Yeah,
what is HJC talking about?
Accomplished Automatron makes Craigs.
Oh, haven't you already made a deck of those?
Yeah,
everybody remember, get your Craigs out tonight when Shane goes up against Kung Fu Trees. Make sure to have your Craigs out if you are subscribed to Shane.
And if you do not have Craig, go ahead and subscribe to me really quick, just so you can use them in chat.
There you go. You can also subscribe to Zane if you'd like to get his awesome emotes as well. But
don't do
alas,
that.
we do have to get the show moving. So I would like to thank both of you, of course. Mike, you're actually up next.
Yeah,
so
I gotta get going.
All right, good luck.
So good luck to you, of course.
Thank you.
Shane, thank you very much.
No problem.
As always. So Kung Fu Trees and 420 Dragon are going to be your next commentators. Next up is going to be Mike versus Ulu. This is going to be Mike's variant of Marasatron against Ulu's red deck wins. So that should be interesting. Kung Fu and 420, you guys here?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a very tough matchup for Mikey. I think red deck wins is one of the worst matchups for this version of Tron. Yeah, so it's gonna be very close.
Is 420 not here? Did he die again? Okay. How about this? Until 420 shows up, Shane, you can fill in for him.
Hey, so what am I filling in for again?
So you're filling in for red deck wins against Marasatron. Now, Kung Fu Trees, how often? I mean, obviously you're known for your blue-red Delver deck, but how often have you played Tron, or how long have you been playing Tron for?
So I main Tron these days. This particular version is not quite the Marasa control list that I think you might be thinking of. It's kind of a more combo oriented deck.
Did Rovatron, Marasa? I don't know. You guys call it whatever you guys want.
So there's a few variants. I guess I'll quickly go through the differences. So there's Marasatron, which is what people usually call a rug control Tron list. It plays a bunch of things like Flame Slash and counters. It's kind of slow, but so it doesn't have the greatest late game. Like it can be beaten by things like Blue Black Flicker. Next up is like Dinrovatron. This is like people usually call like a slightly more. It's like it goes pretty big. It's like plays Dinrovas and plays things like excludes. So that deck is pretty good against other control decks. And then there's this blue green Tron list which Mikey's playing.
Yeah, and I think that for Dinrovatron, it's more about controlling and counter spells, or controlling like not the board, controlling everything else really. So you're able to just either counter it or just like teachings for something that you absolutely need, or Forbidden Alchemy. when Marasatron is more just murdering everything that you care about.
Right. So yeah. So this list that Mikey's playing is Blue-Green-Tron. It's basically a fog deck.
Mhm.
It's basically triple fog. It basically tries to set up like fog on turn 4 and then fogs for the rest of the game. It is. I
Yeah.
think it's better than all the other two Trons against control mid range, and it's also better than the other two Trons against Stompy. But it does suffer a little bit in terms of combo matchups because it just tries to fog all the time, which can be punished.
Yeah.
Did you ever play the Peregrine excuse me, the Peregrine Drake Tron deck that like Emma Lobo used to play?
No, I
Yeah.
missed that era, so I never got the chance.
Oh, I thought you played Blue Red Drake.
I started last December, so I missed that. I just missed that train, I suppose.
That horrible trend.
Hey, I loved Blue Red Drake and Peregrine Drake Tron, okay?
I played Blue Red Drake, but I felt bad about it the entire time. So
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
this- yeah, so this deck is actually very kind of similar to that deck, except that instead of instantly killing the opponent, you just drag it out over the course of like 30 turns. So it's like
I mean,
just
I'm pretty sure I still have the longest running top 8 streak in PCT history. So kiss my butt.
No. So one weird thing that I seem to see happen with the Marasa or the Narvatron is like every single time that I'm playing against them, they have every single Mole Drifter out. Like it seems weird. When you play it, do you guys just always draw like 12 Mole Drifters?
So the recent versions, or like a lot of recent versions, play a lot of impulses, a lot of forbidden alchemies. So they're actually quite consistent, and they churn through their deck very quickly. So they like the deck can basically dex itself in 10 turns if you try to do that. So it's very consistent, which is probably why you.
Or even you kill it off and they have a Pulse of Marasa to get it back. It's just so frustrating to play against.
If we're looking at your deck list here, so you chose to include the Rolling Thunder in your main deck, correct?
Yes.
Why did you? I mean, I've seen some people not include it. Why did you choose to include it?
So this list is a little bit outdated. I think people like so M Lobo has been really innovating on this deck. He took a crazy version of this deck into the challenge yesterday. Basically, it was there's no Mole Drifters. The only win condition was Compelling Argument, which is a new card from Emaket.
What the hell is this?
There's one color in blue, pulls 5 cards from the top of the library, and you can cycle it for blue. And other than that, he also plays one copy of Sun's Desert. So he either replaces one of them.
That sounds horrible.
I mean, that sounds just horribly painful to play against.
Yeah, so
that sounds worse than Drake.
Oh, it is. It is. Yes.
Oh my god.
This deck is like pretty degenerate. It's like very annoying to play against.
What a jerk.
I know. And I think that personally, because I play a lot of Tron, not this Tron, but I played Rug Tron when it was a thing. I'm playing Mono Green Tron as my favorites. It feels so unnatural not to have at least 1 or 2 Rolling Thunders in the main board, just because it's so powerful when you have so much mana. And I do get the more controlling ones not running it main board, but I just feel dirty when I don't play it in a main board.
I gotta agree with Shane. I feel naked not having the Rolling Thunder only because it really does just save you against decks like White Meanie and Stompy and things like that. Only because sometimes Moment's Peace just isn't enough, or it can just be that big, huge X spell that you just, you draw off the top and you just kill them with.
Yeah, and you obviously don't need it a lot of the time. Like, you can win without it, but it feels so weird not having it, just in case,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the philosophy might be that you just want cards that are kind of good early as well, instead of cards that are only kind of good, like which is like for the argument for like Compelling Argument or something like that is that you could just cycle it.
Yeah.
Shane, you need a Tron emote.
I have a Craig emote. That's basically a Tron emote.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, so we are a few moments away from getting the match down. So one other thing I wanted to ask you about your list is why the 4 Wretched Griff?
Oh, Delver.
Okay.
Basically, it's very hard to beat Delver without those. You could play a bunch of called blues as well. But
I never liked that idea.
Yeah, but having those playing against Delver, being able to get the card draw even if it does get countered, is really powerful. I love Red Script. It's one of my favorite cards. And yeah,
that's cool.
And
I'm putting the cards down,
what
Zane.
can Delver do, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Delver's
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Delver's like a pretty tough matchup. It's like
both versions of Delver, or just the blue-red one, just the mono blue one.
Both are pretty much the same. The blue red Delver can burn you out, and it plays control a little bit better. Like they're better at countering stuff because they have Pyroblast, and the mono blue version's a little bit faster.
All right, so it looks like we're getting into the match here.
I'll let you guys get to it. I'll be here if you need me.
All right, sounds good. So obviously, I think my Piruru's hand is probably a keep because of the prosthetic prisms and the 2 lands. But you're more the expert on this, so what do you think there?
I think it's a keep. And he's also at play, which is going to be very good. He also has a Alchemy and a Pulsum Rasa, so he can gain some life.
Yeah, if he gets that card draw. Ulu Guru's hand was a little bit iffy with just the one mountain, but drawing that other one made it much more powerful now.
Yeah.
What do you think looking at the hands right now, who has the advantage? Because I'm kind of giving it to Ulu Guru right now.
Yeah, definitely. This matchup's already kind of unfavored for Tron. Tron really needs to hope that Red Deck wins kind of stumbles, and it doesn't look like Guru is stumbling.
This is like the opposite of stumbling right now.
Yeah.
I mean, next turn he gets out Goblin Bushwhacker, which is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. And he's already swinging in for 4, so that's... Oh, wow. That is a lot of damage there.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty quick. So Spiky plays Impulse first to dig for a Tron land. This is a very good play if you're playing this deck. Tron is so important for this deck that you kind of want to get it at all costs.
Yeah, and whoa, just dropped my phone. And I've seen things like Tron. This deck can actually maneuver without Tron lands, depending on what lands it can get. If it gets more Shimmering Grottos or the Cycle lands. So it's not completely dead in the water with that, but it's still not great. Ooh. Well, looks like he is going to definitely kick the Bushwhacker. He had the option to play a Burning Tree to get him more damage next turn, but he doesn't have Fog mana open right now, so...
Exactly. You definitely want to get the damage in before the Fog hits.
Yeah.
Like he basically has to Prophetic Prism into either the last missing land or a Fog exactly.
Yeah, I mean that's really all you can do. Do you play the oh, it looks like he's gonna evoke the Mole Drifter actually. That leaves him dead, right?
He needs to hit exactly the last Tron plus a Fog if he does that.
Yeah, and I don't like my chances. I'd probably play the Prism first and then go from there. No.
Yeah, I think that I would do that too, but...
All right, well, I mean, Forbidden Alchemy technically lets you see more cards here. And he's debating really hard on what to do, the Mole Drifter, the Prism, or the Alchemy. So what would you do personally right now?
I would, given that I'm like dead on board, I would play the Prophetic Prism and hope to either hit a Fog or the last Tron land.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
Yeah, without that, you're basically dead in the water.
Like 6 cards out of however many.
Ooh, he's going for the 1 here. Let's see if it goes in his favor. No.
So close.
I saw a Tron line and I was like, really? But even the 1 Tron line wouldn't have done anything here. Yep, he did.
Yeah, this matchup is like so Stompy is actually quite a good matchup for Tron, but Red Deck Wins is a very, very bad matchup. It's like not only the Red Deck creatures have haste, but he has burn spells and Flaring Pain.
So what do you bring in here for Red Deck Wins then?
Oh, a lot. You could bring in Smithereens, like Pyroblast, Flaring Plains are all excellent. You cut the burn spells, Mutagenic Growths. I mean, yeah, this matchup is getting, like, as bad as it was game 1, I think it's getting even worse.
Ooh. Yeah, with the Flaring Pains, I mean, you bring in everything but the kill spells, right? I can even see Smash to Smithereens because the Norvatron can be really mana or, like, colored mana heavy. So getting rid of the prisms and all that is pretty good here.
Smash and Smithereens is definitely a very good card against Tron.
Yeah. And what were you saying you think you should cut here?
Cut bolts, hungers, cut like maybe just a few burn spells and just try to keep mostly creatures.
Mm-hmm.
You can cut you can cut the 3-mana, the Bushwhacker, not the Bushwhacker, the
Heel Cutter?
yeah, Heel Cutter too.
Yeah, because you want to win before you're able to cast him, and it's not like you're making him not block anything there.
Yeah.
What would be the best hand that Mikey Ruru could have in order to win this, do you think?
He needs
at least.
He needs a very fast Tron into basically if he has fast Tron, he actually will do okay.
Yeah.
So that's mainly what he needs.
So what do you bring in if you're Mikey Ruru?
I think you bring in unfortunately he doesn't have much. So he can bring in 1 Hydroblast and maybe 1 extra Fog.
Yeah.
And then cut like a Dinrova and a deep Analysis.
Yeah, I'm not huge on Deep Analysis. It's a really good card, but against an aggro deck, you don't really want to have the urge to pay the life there. What do you think of Fengreen Marauder with the life gain? Is that too slow?
He only has Expedition maps for life gain. So yeah, the Fengreen Marauder is mostly for affinity.
That's true. Yeah, it's very difficult to lose against affinity with the Fengreen Marauder. So it looks like we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and head in. It doesn't look like he cut the Heel Cutter. What do you think of this hand for Uluguru?
Oh, that's a pretty bad hand. I think he should probably mulligan that. He has no 1-drop and yeah, a lot of situational cards.
Yeah, that's a very bad hand against a control deck. It might be okay against other decks, and it does look like he's got a mulligan there. He has a lot of the same cards here. He still has Flaring Pain, Heel Cutter, but he did draw a Pyroblast and a Smash to Smithereens. Oh, nope.
Oh. Well, he has to keep this hand, which, if he draws a land, is actually quite good.
Yeah. Did he keep the card on top or put it on bottom, Zane? We'll figure out what he did there. And he put the card on bottom, so it definitely wasn't a land here. And this is a pretty good hand for Mikey Ruru. I absolutely love Crop Rotation. It's one of my favorite cards in a Tron deck that a lot of them don't play.
Yeah, it's
oh god.
All right, so looks like Ulu hit his mountain, which makes this a game. I would still say that I think Mikey might be okay from this position.
Yeah. What do you think is the best draw for Mikey Ruru? Just another Fog?
Probably actually the Tron land, because once he has the Tron land, he actually has Tron next turn. Then Mystical Teachings can get Fog.
Make a good point. Have you ever seen 4 Burning Tree Emissaries come out before?
The most I've seen is 3.
Yeah, same here. I'm terrified of the 4 until I don't know, some horrifying monstrosity after that. So it looks like he's going to Impulse right now instead of, but he still has mana for Crop Rotation. So ooh,
yes. Okay,
that was a great draw.
Great draw. He's going to be able to play Signet. He can Teachings for Fog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he doesn't have enough.
He can't Teachings, but still really, really good hand right now. And Uluguru's basically out of gas. That's 2, 4, 6, 9, not including if he can attack with the concept. Oh, never mind.
Wow. What a top deck.
Is that game? No, I don't think so. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 14? So he's going down to 4 life here?
Yeah.
I think. I'm bad at math. I can't think of things right now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Wow.
It's 14, you're right.
Wow. That is an... And I mean, if Uluguru draws... No, Flaring Pain doesn't do it either, though, because he has to spell. So this is just... Ooh.
Smash the Slytherin doesn't quite work either because Mikey has Ghostly Flicker.
True. It looks like he's going to Mystical Teachings, obviously for a Fog, right? Like,
yeah,
you don't get anything but a Fog.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even with the Fog, how do you think this is going to go, though? Like, This is still kind of iffy for Mikey Ruru with all the creatures on the board.
Yeah, I think the Bushwhacker draw was very big. If Ulu didn't hit that Bushwhacker that turn, I think Mikey would probably be favored.
Mm-hmm.
But he hit the Bushwhacker exactly and just pushed through damage before Mikey could hold up Fog.
Yeah. And Arctic does have a good point. Mikey doesn't have any black mana, so he's not going to be able to flash back the teaching just yet. So once this fog is gone, this fog is basically going to be gone. That doesn't make any sense what I just said. Anyways. So
Yeah.
What do you think of doing that before combat, just to make it so they don't actually attack?
Yeah, I think that's just to save time. Ooh, okay, so Mikey can get a Shimmering Grotto with this land to get black mana.
Yeah, and then that makes him a lot more favored in here. Uluguru has to draw like exactly Flaring Pain. Even if he does, he probably needs another land to do Flaring Pain and Flash it back.
Yeah.
Ooh, going for the Smash the Smithereens here.
So Mikey should probably flicker here to just save the 3 damage. He can also choose to let it die. So that's probably playing it a bit risky.
That's pretty risky going down to 1 life there. Wait, yeah, going down to 1 life, especially in someone so burn heavy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm still saying this is favored for Uluguru right now, just because of the fact that he has so many creatures on board, and Mikey Ruru is kind of empty-handed, even though he does have Mystical Teachings and Moment's Feast in the board or in the bin. But what do you think right now?
Yeah, I think Ulu's definitely favored. If Mikey can get a few turns, though, I think he'll be fine.
Definitely.
Since, yeah, basically Mikey's getting stronger and stronger, and Ulu is slowly, basically, he top stacks any creatures, they don't even matter anymore. There's only a few cards that matter in his deck at this point. There's like Pyros, Flaring Pains, and I guess Fire Blast.
Yeah, and it looks like he's playing around Tangle possibly here. Attacking with, obviously he can attack with the Conscript, but not attacking with the Bushwhacker means, well, what is it for attacking with 3 instead of 2 of the Burning Tree emissaries if you're playing around Tangle?
I suppose you could be playing around like a Hydroblast or something.
Ah, that's true. Because you can just kill off one of them, go down 2.
Yeah.
Speaking of them always having the Mole Drifters. Ooh, we didn't play it.
Yeah, I think he needs the teachings for Fog for this 1 extra turn, and then he could start playing the Mole Drifter next turn.
That makes sense. And then Uluguru has him on being very reactive here. Like, he's not able to just sit back and get all of the tools he needs necessary like Tron is usually does. He has to keep using his resources every turn just to not die.
Yeah, it came down to that Bushwhacker put him on the back foot way too quickly.
Yeah, that Bushwhacker was like one hell of a top deck right there.
Yeah.
Does he have mana for the spell after? Technically, he does. Oh, actually, so if Uluguru plays this right, he's going to Fog right here, pass to 2nd main phase, and then burn him out? Because he's not going to have that?
He's at 4 life instead of 3. So.
Oh, 4. Sorry,
yeah.
I was thinking.
Yeah, so he's not dead yet.
Yeah.
I think Mikey also realized his mistake.
Yeah. I mean, you want to keep up the spell there just in case. But still, going down to 1 is... I mean, in this current, it doesn't really matter that much going down to 1, but yeah. Thought he was at 1. Same here, actually. I think it's because of the Smash for Smithereens. Oh, he's not going to go for it, actually. I mean, if it's not for the kill, I can definitely see not doing it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I'm going to cast... He can easily stabilize here. He just needs to get the correct draws with the Mole Drifter. What do you think the best draw would be here with the Mole Drifter?
Probably more lands, a wall at some point, more fogs. There's a lot. I think there's a lot on the wish list. Rotation.
Yeah, and he has a blocker now, so he can kind of start taking down the what's it called? Taking down one at it. No, he can't actually, because if he does that, he's dead. I was thinking he can block and then yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, he still doesn't have to fog for a few more turns. I think Sipping Signet is not a bad card. So one thing one thing Mikey can do is he can use crop rotation as a ritual to get extra mana.
Yeah, you don't really need that island anymore with 3 signets on the board.
Yeah.
You
also
you
can Grotto with a prism on the board.
True. I kind of like Grotto just in case you need, like, I don't know, black or, well, if you do have the prism, it's not too big of a deal there, definitely. So yeah, just keep swinging and then see how that goes.
Yeah, I wonder if Mikey will crop rotation or he'll just play the fog and die to a fire blast.
Ooh, yeah, you gotta be a little bit careful with fire blasts there. It always seems that every time you don't think they have it, they happen to have it. We know that he doesn't in this aspect, but I would definitely... it's a little bit sketchy, actually. But yeah, it does look like he's going to crop rotation here, keeping up Dispel just in case.
Yeah, though he's still dead to Flaring Pain, so Dispel not necessarily is going to help him there.
Yeah. This deck is basically trying to Tron and Fogs. That's literally what the deck does. It wins by you hating yourself and then scooping. So it looks like he's going to block first here. And then what's the point of blocking? You're dead if you don't, like, if they do something either way, right?
I think if you crop rotation here, he doesn't have as much opportunity to play Flaring Pain. Like, if Mikey did this on the attack phase,
yeah,
Luru can let it pass, and then Mikey's mana is going to go to waste.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And then what are my... I'm sorry, what's that?
It doesn't matter anyways because Uluru could have flashed back Flaring Pain, but I don't know.
True.
I guess you just want to have like Dispel for a little bit extra.
Yeah, if he had Flaring Pain, Uluru just wins. He doesn't obviously, but yes, what are the best draws for Mikey Ruru right now? Impulse doesn't seem bad.
No, I think he needs another fog, and then like he needs to start getting pulses. Start gaining some life.
Ooh, Pulse of Morass is actually a good draw if he gets it. It looks like he's debating now with the Mole Drifters and Impulse. I would probably say Mole Drifter first, just for the blocker, if nothing else, even though it usually doesn't matter here.
Yeah, that also gives you more information for Impulse.
Definitely. He doesn't have any more fogs in his graveyard, does he?
No. So he's gonna have to try to either dig for one or maybe play
Mnemonic Wall here for another blocker.
Yeah, as an extra blocker.
Technically, not knowing there's a Lightning Bolt in hand, he's not dead if he doesn't draw anything. He can block 2 of the Burning Tree Emissaries, take 3. But that's still not too great here. I would definitely probably play the Mnemonic Wall right now.
Yeah, it's a tough call. And he has to commit either down the Impulse path or the Mnemonic Wall path. It looks like he's going to go for the Impulse route.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like having Mnemonic Wall out better because if he plays Mnemonic Wall... that works.
That's another fog.
Well, how many fogs does he have in his deck? I can't remember looking at.
He should either have 3 or 4, and with this Mnemonic Wall, basically the last one will turn into infinite fogs.
Well, Moment's Peace, he has 2 Moment's Peace, 2 in the board and 1 Tangle in the board, so he definitely brought them all in. So yeah, he has a lot of fogs in there. It's very frustrating when you're playing a aggro deck like that. He even swung in with the Mole Drifter. Nice.
Yeah. He's gonna have fog anyways, so
yeah,
I'll just get in for some damage.
Yeah, you gotta win somehow. Hey, thanks for the follow, Blitzblat. That's a fun name to say. So he doesn't have mana for a Dispel anymore. So technically, if Uluguru had Flaring Pain, he would win this turn, right? I mean, he doesn't, but he definitely win there.
Oh, you can get Tangle, and then that will with a wall that's even more
Oh yeah.
devastating.
And you have Mystical Teachings in the bend to get a Moment's Peace if you absolutely need to. I definitely like Tangling more here.
Yeah, you can get your flickers, you can get your pulses, start slowly taking back life, locking up the game. Mikey's in small shape.
He was so close to death with that Bushwhacker, and now he's starting to get there. That definitely shows the power of this deck. Do you just bolt just for the heck of it? Nah, saving his bolts here.
Yeah, so now Mikey has a Teachings in his graveyard, and he Teachings for a Flicker, which will give him infinite card draw. And then at some point he'll maybe find some sort of. I guess he'll just keep on killing, like winning the game with Wall Drifters. But
yeah, I mean, keep swinging in for 4 a turn. That's, what is it, 5 turn clock right there? So it's technically a clock, and you're probably going to have enough actual fogs to not really worry about it. I think the only thing I'd be worried about is Flaring Pain and then having it be flashback because of the Dispel.
Yeah, so he's still a little bit short of being protected against Flaring Pain. What he needs to do there is he needs to get a second wall, and then the Ghostly Flicker will be good enough against Flaring Pain because he can double counter. Basically, Uluru will play Flaring Pain, Mikey will counter once, both will go to the graveyard, Uluru flashes it back, Mikey will then play Ghostly Flicker again to get back the Dispel. And then, so basically, once Mikey gets the second wall, he's pretty close to being locked.
Yeah, and I don't really like Mighty Ruru not attacking, really, like, with the Mole Drifter before flickering it. I mean, 2 points of damage isn't that big of a deal, but in a match like this, it might mean the difference between a game or not.
Yeah, maybe he's just being super conservative and wants to block all the goblins. I mean, this turn, Mikey doesn't even have to fog because he has so many blockers back.
And he does have Tangle, so they're not untapping. But, ooh, when he draws the Flaring Pain, which doesn't really matter much anymore because Mikey Ruru has such a hard lock going now.
Yeah. I think Flaring Pain is a turn too slow.
Yeah. If he would have had that last turn, he would have probably won.
Oh, yeah, he would have won because Mikey tapped out for the fog.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now Mikey... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go right ahead. What was that?
I was just saying Mikey now has infinite card draw, so...
Yeah. And that just shows the power of this deck. The fact that it was at 4 life struggling to actually do anything. And hey, look, now it's completely favored and probably going to win.
Yeah, Mikey still needs to be a little bit careful. He doesn't have the second wall yet, so he can't exactly... Basically, he'll need a... Oh. Okay, well...
He's got the wall. Ouch.
Yeah, Mikey, he still needs to hold up a lot of mana to be able to do the trick, so...
I mean, do you play it, though? Just for... Get back the Tangle or something in the board? Or... Well, I mean, the Tangle doesn't really matter much, but still. Doesn't look like he's going to.
Yeah, I think he wants to use all his mana. I think maybe Mikey is now at the point at which he's playing around Flaring Pain.
Yeah.
And, he can now because he has so much mana.
God, I hate this deck. Like, it's a good deck, but I hate it so much.
It is pretty degenerate. I agree. I think so I managed to take down a challenge with this deck, and I think so I sent when I was playing this deck, I sent a message to like someone else saying that this deck might need to get banned because it's just so annoying.
Yeah. What would you ban in it though?
Just ban Tron, I guess. I don't know. Just like
I would feel so bad if people banned Tron. I'm not even playing this degenerate deck, but still.
Yeah. Probably banning Tron is too much, but
yeah. I mean, this deck's still a thing without Denerva Horror. I think if you notice throughout the decks that have been banned recently, or not recently, but in Pauper history, Ghostly Flicker is very, very powerful. It seems to be in all of the combo decks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Ghostly Flicker is the reason why the deck exists. So, like, I think the best thing to ramp into in Pauper, like, in Modern, you want to ramp into, like, Ugins and Karns. In Pauper, you want to ramp into this, like, crazy loop that just gets the value, and, you know, you can do whatever you want. So.
Exactly. You just want to ramp to just play on, because Pauper has very, very, very powerful spells, not too powerful creatures. So you want to ramp into these really crazy powerful spells instead of you don't really care about the creatures and you don't have planeswalkers. So
yeah. So this deck is it's a pretty mean deck.
Yeah, and I don't see Mikey Ruru losing at all here anymore. He has well, where did the spell go?
He can get it back. I think he's just
flashbacking back.
Something else.
Yeah. Looks like he's flashing back the Flaring Pain. So he dispelled it first, and then he flashed it back.
Oh, or Mikey might just play the Hydro. Either way, I mean, this game is fairly locked. He even has Pulse to start gaining life.
Yeah, Pulse and Rasa and being able to flicker your walls to get it back, just to gain a bunch of life, so that way red deck Lynch just can't kill you. So you're not even going to have to loop the Fogs for a while or in a bit. And I think Uluguru is probably going to scoop sometime soon.
Yeah, I don't think he's winning this game.
Yeah, I think once he sees the other wall, it's really just going to be game over there.
Yep. Yeah, so now Mikey has basically insurmountable life, he has basically infinite counters. Yeah, I think this game's over.
Definitely. And he also has a clock. That's one of the main things I wait for when playing against a Tron deck like this. I want to have them have their win condition. I'm not going to make them do it all, but I definitely want to make sure, hey, you have your win condition? All right, then I'll scoop. I'm fine with that.
Okay, looks like we're scooped.
He did indeed.
I think Mikey probably only has Muldrifters as win condition post board.
Yeah. I mean, do you change anything being on the draw instead of on the play for Uluguru?
I don't think so. I think like the pump spells and the burn spells are still not that great. And then the Smash with the Rings can be excellent. And so Pyroblast and Flaring Pain.
Yeah, if you saw game 1, that's the crazy power of red deck wins. If it can do it again, you definitely have the chance. If he stumbles at all, Mikey Ruru can take advantage of that to go straight for the win there.
Yeah, and this game was actually, there for the longest time, if Uluru drew the right top deck, he would have been able to win. Basically, Mikey was able to fade 5 draw steps.
I think that if he would have drawn Flaring Pain 1 turn sooner when Mikey tapped out, he would have had the win there.
Yeah, definitely. But that's the weakness of this red deck wins deck. I think it's super inconsistent. So pull this hand right here.
What do you think? This is a very sketchy hand for Mikey. I think he does have the fog though, so I definitely wouldn't mulligan it.
Yeah, I think it's okay because once he crop rotates away, for example, he can play he can crop rotate a land and then use Pulse Marasa to get it back for 6 life.
Yeah. Ooh, he drew a land.
Yeah.
So we just keep trying to talk at the exact same time because we're so excited for this match. Go us. That's actually a pretty good draw for Mikey, having the Signet there. Do you play it or keep up the crop rotation for something?
I think you definitely need to play it this early on just to get a little bit of the mana going.
Ooh, going for the burn. So Uluguru has a Bushwhacker kicked, and then next turn Bushwhacker kick again.
Yep. Mikey will have the fog for it, but this should be looking pretty reasonable for Uluru.
Yeah. I mean, this could easily go either way. If Mikey Ruru fumbles or if Uluguru fumbles, that's the game. That can definitely be the game there. But ooh, Burning Tree into. Well, he could Burning Tree. I guess he wants to hold up Fire Blast or Pyroblast.
Yeah. He already has lethal, so there's not too much reason for playing Burning Tree.
True, true. And he looks like he's going to Moment. I mean, he has to Moment Speed because this is lethal, so.
Yeah. So if Mikey can find his last Tron piece, he's going to be in quite good shape.
Definitely. And he's probably going to crop rotation one of his Shimmering Grottos away at the end of turn.
Yeah, definitely. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And then, I mean, he has to flashback Moment's Piece to survive. So if Ulu Guru, well, he does have Pulsar Marasa, actually. Pulsar Marasa means he can get back the Shimmering Grotto, and he is able to, oh, God.
Wow. Okay, I think Mikey might be favored. Maybe. Ulu still has a few turns to draw Flaring Pain.
Yeah.
But I think Flaring Pain is the only card that gets him out at this point.
And even with that, it's not great because Mikey Ruru had mystical teachings to go and get a counter spell or to do something like that. So Mikey Ruru is going to have Tron next turn. So this is.
So one thing I would have done is I would have actually played Expedition Map and cracked it for the last Tron piece exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks like Mikey is pointing that out. Yeah, so he could have played and cracked, the map for the last Tron piece.
Yeah. I mean, you technically, now if he did do that, technically he would be dead to, dead to a Lightning Bolt and a Fire Blast. So let's just pretend he was playing around that. Just to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Sounds good. Unfortunately, he already admitted that he made a misplay, so maybe.
Darn it, I was trying to have him save place, or save pace. Alrighty, so it doesn't look like he's going to be able to crack the map and still crop rotation, as far as I can tell. No guts, no glory.
Mikey, he's playing so risky.
Oh, is he going down to 6? Or is he going down to 1?
Yeah.
That is so sketchy.
And he's holding up no counters. Wow.
He's not. If he had the bird, Ulu would have won there. Ouch.
Wow.
And I don't know how I feel about that. It worked, but yeah, YOLO it, I guess. Damn.
Yeah, that's quite a gutsy play.
I mean, I guess technically Mikey Ruru is locked in to top 4, so it doesn't really matter if he wins this in his eyes. So, hey, why not?
Why not?
Oh,
He's actually locked for top 2, not just top 4, I think, at this point.
There you go. So it's like, if I was for sure going to place, and I would probably YOLO it out.
Oh, keeps on missing.
Ooh. What could he have drawn there? Would the Flaring Pain have won him for him?
Flaring Pain would have done it. A lot of cards would have done it.
Yeah. Just, man.
Play the Pulse? That'd be fairly risky.
Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hitting him for 5. Pulse, so that would be 2. He didn't have the Lightning Bolt last turn.
Oh my God.
I don't think he would have the Lightning Bolt this turn.
Wow. I probably would have played this game differently, but I mean, this is working.
So did you hear when me and Mikey were talking about the or on the match we were commentating, where he said he's very, very cautious and very slow there? It doesn't seem to be the case here.
That does not seem to be the case.
Wow, and it's paying off for him though. He's getting a lot further doing all that instead of just playing it safe.
I think, yeah, and as long as Uru keeps on missing,
yeah,
fine.
That's huge as well. Hey, Josephine, thanks for the follow. We appreciate it. So do you get back just Pulsar Marasa just to gain some life again?
I think so, because he has looks like he's gonna get back the Moments piece.
Yeah, Burning Tree doesn't do anything here. This is wow. This is worse than last game because of how risky Mikey was playing it. I would just feel bad if I was Uluguru. Like,
Yeah, and I think this will be the second Tron match that Uluru lost.
he lost against me last week, I think, which
Yeah.
wasn't this exact one, but still, yeah, losing to Tron would make me upset.
Yeah, especially because I think that deck is quite favored.
Yeah, yeah, like just the fastness of it. Like I said, he stumbled by drawing a couple lands in a row, so that stumble made him. It's going to lose him the match. Uluguru couldn't have done anything about it. That's just the variance of the deck.
Yeah. I think Mike Uluru still has a few turns
Yeah.
to draw. He has one turn to draw Flaring Pain.
I mean, I guess, but with mystical teachings, is that really possible to win? Well, if he's playing out the Mole Drifter, then I think so. Depending on what he draws here.
Yeah,
He
let's say
draws
he's gonna go Ghostly Flicker the Mole Drifter.
Pulse from Harasser. Oh God.
Yeah.
This is frustrating. And it looks like he's gonna let it die. I mean, I guess that makes sense since you draw a Pulse from Harasser there. Does he have enough mana to evoke and Ghostly Flicker again?
He
Doesn't look like it.
I think maybe he misclicked.
Yeah, he added more mana when he had 3 already in
At this
order
point,
to
just-
do it.
Yeah.
Just so loose. Yeah, that confused me a little bit there, but hey, everybody messes up. Everybody messes up. I hate you still either way, Mikey, but everybody messes up.
Yeah, it looks like he's just have to play the Mole Drifter and pray that Uluru misses yet again.
No, I would Ghostly Flicker the wall and the tower.
Oh,
So I can get the more mana.
oh, that's a smart play. Yeah,
Look at me. Look at me.
Oh yeah, that's a good play. Saving the situation. Yeah, that's excellent.
No one is as loose as Shane. Hey, I just found a way out there. Yeah, flicker the tower. There you go.
Yeah,
I wonder.
Signet probably. So
Yeah.
that you can teachings for fog or something.
Do you get back the flicker this turn by doing the wall in the tower, or do you go with the signet in the tower? Oh, it looks like he went for a signet in tower or wall in the tower. He has Shimmering Grotto, so it doesn't matter too much there.
Yeah.
But then he doesn't really have anything in hand right now to do anything.
Well, he has infinite. He has infinite value with Mole Drifters plus Ghostly Flicker. So
True.
as long as he. Oh, go ahead.
But he has Moment's Peace in the bin. That's what lost me there. I was like, how does he not die here? Because he can't. What's it called? He can't mystical teachings. But yeah, that. Or does he even do that? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Yeah, he has to.
He has to.
Because it's exactly lethal if he blocks a 2/2.
Yeah, so I think so now the only thing that can save Uluru is Flaring Pain, and he probably needs to draw it within the next 2 turns, or else Mikey will again get enough stuff to basically invalidate Flaring Pain.
I think he needed it this turn. Because with Ghostly Flicker, with Mole Drifter, and Mystical Teachings, this is really just not much he can do. I mean, Mikey Ruru does have to Mystical Teachings this turn, so his mana is going to be a little bit hard to do. But, yeah, this is not looking good.
Not looking good for Uluru, yeah.
Definitely.
I think Flaring Pain still does it this exact turn, unless Mikey plays it really safe.
All right, let's see. How much mana does he have? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he has 11 mana. He can Mystical Teachings for a Moment's Peace.
Yeah.
So that's 4, 5, 6. So, no, he's playing the Mole Drifters. That messes up everything as well, what I was thinking.
He actually drew.
Or you can just draw the Tangle. I mean, that works too.
Yeah. So I don't think Flaring Pain even does it anymore, and Uluru drew a land. So
Ouch.
I think this might be game.
I can definitely see it being game, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
this
think
is just proof that Mikey Ruru hacks MTGO. So yeah.
Yeah, that was the last turn in which Uluru probably could have drawn something to top deck out of it, but he missed, and so I think that's it.
Yeah. And he doesn't even have to tangle here, so he can use his mana at the end of turn for mystical teaching if needed. But it does look like he's going to, just to play it safe.
Yeah. He blocked there probably just to play around Flaring Pain.
Mm-hmm. And he can just Ghostly Flicker just to not kill the Mole Drifter there.
Yeah,
This is...
Yeah, which is probably
What?
which is probably good to flicker the Mole Drifter. Or I guess he doesn't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, because that's still... Well, it doesn't die either way. I don't know why he keeps saying stuff like that. Hey, he's going to fog, and then, oh, it's going to die. Yeah,
Wow.
the rules of Tron are basically just be lucky. Everybody who ever plays Tron has to, like, sacrifice their firstborn just to get the luck of it.
Oh, yeah, I think... Okay, so the second wall probably locks it up. I don't think Mikey can lose anymore.
Mm-hmm. Ouch. I mean, drawing more mana is pretty good for him as well here.
Yeah. He walls into the Pulsum Rasa, and then that's basically it.
Yeah. You don't even need the, what's it called? You don't even need the fog effects when you can just keep gaining a bunch of life.
Yeah.
Is it possible to monitor the heart rate of Uluguru? I'm sure his heart is filled with anger right now.
I'd be so tilted. I'd be so tilted.
Definitely that. He had such a good start game 2 and game 3, but he kept drawing Lounds. I feel so bad. Like, so very bad.
Yeah. And that's kind of the weakness of red deck wins. It's a little bit inconsistent. And, if you don't get the kill quickly enough, Tron can kind of just lock you out. Like, because Tron played a fog from turn 4 onwards, which is kind of what the deck is designed to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I believe that the next match, I'm playing the next match, which means I'm gonna have to play me some Tron, which is gonna suck. Against
you two are playing each other.
Yeah.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, and I'm playing Mike's deck, so.
I hate you so much.
So Shane, how do you feel?
I actually don't feel bad. I think that my deck is.
No, I mean just about your matchup.
Oh, but about the matchup, I was about to say that. I was just saying that. Come on, get with the program, Arctic. So
wow.
in the matchup, I think that I don't have a bad chance because everything is very consistent for me. Because my creatures make creatures, which means you have to kill more creatures or fog more each turn. So I don't think it's a great matchup. I don't think it's a bad matchup per se.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's fairly close.
Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, I know I'm going to win, but still.
Yeah, we'll see. I think well, I probably shouldn't share anything, but yeah, I think it's a fairly close matchup.
Yeah. What do you think it would be the percentages, Kung Fu Trees, for the matchup percent?
I haven't played enough, but I think it would be close to like 50-50.
50-50?
Like kind of like
let's say 51-49 in my favor, just to boost my ego a bit.
I mean, don't you want to say it the other way so that when you lose, you have an excuse?
Do you think the amount of punts that Shane makes per game will make a difference?
I like how the very first thing Ice does when he gets into this match, just like
crap about you.
Just try to burn me in any way possible.
I thought that's why I'm here.
Well, I think we should get this show on the road, and you two should step out and get your match.
Sounds good. Hey, good luck
to both of you.
Yeah, good luck to you too.
Okay, so can we see the standings again, please? So that was an interesting match. Fortunately, Ulu got really, really unlucky, just constantly.
I'll be crying if I was him.
Yeah, I'd be really upset if I was him. I think he's entitled to be. That's going to bring Ulu Guru to 3-5. That's going to bring Mike to 7-1. So Math Guy and Mike have locked up the first and second seed. No one can really take Mike out of the second seed. And, of course, even if Math Guy loses next week, he already beat Mike. So, technically, in the tiebreakers, Math Guy is locked up for first. As far as third and fourth, Shane still has a chance. Of course, Kung Fu still has a chance. 420 obviously has a chance. And I think Pauper MTG has a chance. I think Littlefield and Uluguru are mathematically out of the top 4. Am I right about that?
I think so.
Yeah, because even if 420 loses, their record will still be better than Ulu's and Littlefield's, and it's the same thing for. Oh no! Well, I guess there could be a bunch of
chance.
4 and 5s.
Yeah,
there could be a bunch of 4 and 5s. So we'll have to see how that goes. Can I get last one chat for good luck? So Ice, how have you been enjoying the night so far?
I liked it. I feel sad for Uluguru. It feels like Tron always has it. Doesn't matter what he does, plays loose, plays going. It doesn't matter for him. He'll have it and just win with it.
Yeah, that really hurt. Mike could play as bad as he wanted, and Tron still didn't let him lose. But
I guess you're happy about it. You are a Tron player yourself. You were advocating for staying with Tron.
I am, but Ulu's a friend of mine. He co-hosts a tournament that I'll be talking about here in a little bit. But even as a Tron player, it still hurt my feelings to see the atrocity that Mike tried to pull here. I think he was trying to throw and he just couldn't throw bad enough.
You wanted that game 3 and be like, oh my god, he might have it this time. I mean, after 3, what's it called, that card? The Shaman. 3 of them in a row for turn 2, he still lost the game.
Yeah. No, Ulu's confirming that he's out. So, Ulu there could be a bunch of 4 and 5s, I think. So I'm not exactly sure, but I don't know the exact pairings for next week. So there could be, but good games, Ulu. I mean, you played well.
He says he's not salty. I'll be salty for him. I really think that Tron is stupid at that point.
Yeah. Well, So I do have a few announcements. Jen is unfortunately winless in this tournament. Since he's not actually going to get to play next week, he never won a match. He is the only person to ever go winless in the CPC.
Feels bad, man.
Wow, that is an achievement in and of itself. So I also, for season 3, I would like to officially welcome Ice into the commentary booth as a permanent add-on.
Thank you.
So that will be something. We will, of course, still have plenty of commentators and whatnot, but Ice will be a mainstay, as is myself and as Shane, of course, will be. We're almost ready to go down to the match. I just would like to add, there is a way to qualify for the CPC starting in Season 3. I will talk about that later. There is a tournament also that I will talk about later that does lead into it. So hopefully we're not here for a while. Oh my god, it's Tron vs. Tron, isn't it? Wow.
I think it's going to be very slow. We got Mono Green Tron for Shane, and then we got the same deck that Mikey was running for Kung Fu. So a lot of...
Well, the big thing is Shane's got Ulamog's Crushers.
Yeah.
They got Annihilator. Fondo
Sure.
do nothing against Annihilator.
I like Crusher in this matchup. I really think that it's going to make a big difference if he can get it. But it will be a lot of light gaining and a lot of moment piece.
I think Shane's actually heavily favored looking at his list.
Heavily?
Yeah, he's got Ulamog's Crushers and he's got Land Destruction in the sideboard.
Yeah, but it's really hard to say heavily favored when it's Shane, though.
Listen. I gotta have faith for my boy.
Well, he always have Tron, and I'm not gonna say it, but I think that his first hand is pretty good.
Shane's hand's pretty damn good. It looks pretty darn good. He's got almost turn 3 Tron.
So are you calling it 60-40, 70-30?
I'm gonna say 55-45. I think it's the closest match you could possibly have for the night.
Okay, I like it. I thought Mono Red was gonna take it really fast, so I don't know about that.
I think generally Mono Red has a leg up on that match, but
Yep.
Okay. But I think Ulu just, if he just drew more spells, he might have won the game. He also only drew, I think, 1 burn spell in 3 games, or 2 burn spells with the Smash and Smithereens. So.
We're starting really fast. It seems like Kung Fu doesn't have any Tron, and Vegas already has 2.
Well, he has access to 2 Tron pieces with the crop. Oh, never mind. Now he has access to all of Tron.
Sure.
So
But it'll
I'm
be very
sorry.
slow anyway, because he still has to get every turn and get them, while Shane already has 2 in play and a
Right.
crop.
If Shane does draw Tron, everybody remember to get your Craigs ready. Oh, another miss. Jeez.
But this will be interesting because Shane doesn't have any color mana yet, and that might be a big difference here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, Kung Fu's going to have Tron actual confirmed. He could have it next turn if he wanted to, if he chooses to sacrifice the island using crop rotation, which I might do. He can float the island, get a Tron piece, and impulse in the same turn as well, so that'll be a good thing.
But do you think that you need to play that aggressive, knowing that your opponent is a slow deck like yours?
No, I don't think so. I think also crop rotation for Bajuka Bog is probably a better play as well. Well, he knows that Pulsar Maras is a card, right? So maybe Bajuka Bog is probably decent. Oh, there's a green spade.
Must
There's
be
a
nice
green.
having them all.
So Shane's going to get to not do much this turn, unfortunately, because he is a mana behind. Do you think he should go Ancient Stirrings, or should he just get Guaranteed Tron?
I don't know. He has a lot of payoff cards like Crushers in hand and stuff, so I would like to get Tron online and just try to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to Ancient Stirrings first, though, because if he gets a Forest, he gets to cast Crusher next turn, which is... I think once Crusher comes down, I don't think Kung Fu has any way to actually remove it besides a Rolling Thunder.
I don't see anything on his list, which
Yeah,
might be a big deal.
I don't think there's anything. If I can pull it up myself. Let's see here. And Shane. If you guys want to follow along with us, you can always check out the deck list on the Weeby website. Exclamation point deck lists are what you got to do. And
So
it looks like Shane decided to go for Tron. Ulu's getting aggressive with Tron. I mean, sorry, not Ulu. Kung Fu is getting aggressive with Tron too.
But this is interesting because then Kung Fu doesn't have any big payout card. Like, what is it gonna do?
Yeah,
Tron
he
Impulse?
he has an impulse, but what are you impulsing into? I mean, he only has 4 mana now. Well, no, I'm sorry, 6. But he's not casting anything. As well, Shane's going to be able to cast a
Big Daddy Crusher.
automation next
Yeah,
turn.
Automator.
If Shane, I would have Ancient Stirrings if I was Shane. I think.
Yeah, I think I would have played
I
it
think I
safe
would
that
have.
way. I think it was a big sacrifice for him not having no color mana or anything.
Yeah,
Unless he top decks
Ulu-
again and then whatever, he had it.
Ulu decided to cycle. God, I keep calling him Ulu. It's, my bad.
Kung Fu.
Yeah, Kung Fu, because we're talking about Ulu so much. Kung Fu decided to cycle. He's impulsing. Oh, and Kung Fu's nice enough to show us what he's impulsing into. Looks like 2 teachings, a Haunted Fengriff, and an island. He got teaching, so he has the fogs that he needs.
And it's interesting because Kung Fu doesn't have much on the deck to go against Crutcher.
No.
Not even a
Again,
counter for it.
Looking at the deck, he does not have... I'm sorry, he doesn't have anything. Once
Yeah.
Crusher comes down, Annihilator starts happening, he's going to lose, pretty
Like,
much.
He seems very well against aggressive decks, but mid-range or a stupid deck like Shane, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
but Shane needs another land, and if there's one thing that Kung Fu's deck is good at, it's giving the opponent time.
Yep, that is true. Which I think if he did the Ancient String, like you said, he would have had the land and this game would have been over by now.
Yeah, because he could have gotten any land and then cropped. Now he
Only
can't
the-
even Ancient Stirrings. I mean, he can play Wretched Griff next turn, right? Because it's only 7 mana.
I think Shane just wanted to have Craig out, just to have a shout out for the chat and say, yep, that's the only reason for it.
Come on, Shane, care about top 4.
Oh,
Okay, there's
there-
another Tron piece.
now will he
So
get
he's-
a Tron or he will get color lands to do
No,
string?
I think.
fold?
Well, he can get another Urza's Tower and cast the Wretched Griff this turn if he wants to.
Sure, that actually is a pretty good.
But he could also get a green source and Ancient Stirrings and play Fangren Marauder, which I think is considerably better. You still get a threat out, and you have the green mana to cast the other cards in your hand. You still get to cast Crusher next turn. I really think that's just better.
I like how Kung Fu is just trying to draw as many cards as he can, but I'm trying to think what he can do. Like, being sitting on his side of the table is like, okay, I'm gonna get my wall, I'm gonna get my teachers. I guess he can get horror and start bouncing Tron lands from Shane and then win that way.
Yeah, Shane. Shane does run Tree of Tales. Yeah, you see, like he could have gotten Tree of Tales and then just Ancient Stirrings. And why is he Ancient Stirrings now? What?
Because I told you, that's why I cannot say that he's favoring any matchup. He sees lines that you and I don't see. It's a different point of view.
I don't understand why he just did that. there should be. I don't know. Wait, where did that Tree of Tails even come from?
The
expedition map?
Yep. He just mapped for it, yeah. Test gen. Shane is just demonstrated that you don't need any kind of skill to win.
Shouldn't there be like a Fangren Marauder on the table right now or something? Was that wrong?
Pressure on? Yeah, no. I think that you should have gone as aggressive as you can. Put Marauder, then put Crusher, and done.
Like, wasn't like, didn't he have everything open? He didn't just cast map that turn?
No, he had map. He casted map, got tree, and then just went for the ancient string without using any other mana.
Well, no, so he couldn't play Fangren Marauder. He was 1 mana off.
2, 4. Sure.
Yeah,
he'd be 1 mana off. Okay, that makes sense.
I for some reason thought the map was in play already. I didn't notice that he had just drawn the map. But I was thinking of Kung Fu Trees' board.
Uluguru is telling us that we don't know how to count. It definitely was only 5. It was not 6.
Oh, I don't know how to count at all.
Yeah, Mikey, I think that horror will be the key for Kung Fu, same as Crushers will be the key for Shane. I mean, if you manage to get the horror now, or maybe impulse into horror, he might have something. But if not, I think the game will be over.
I mean, I think this game is going to slowly be over. Oh, actually, he has horror.
Had it.
So he has the one way to actually deal with an Ulamar's Crusher. Actually, this game's over. Yeah, this game's over because
Kung Fu won.
Kung Fu has everything he needs.
Like he would just start
the one way to deal with it.
Now.
You did admit that Shane is better.
I don't see that anymore. I think that somebody deleted it. Just saying.
Yeah, I did it mostly as a joke. I don't actually think it's true.
Now, for those of you that don't know what's gonna happen now, he's just gonna start flickering the wall and the horror, start bouncing things in Shane's sand, and then discarding, and that's it. I think that he has it locked down now.
So, how many times can he flicker a turn? See, he has 1, 2, 3. Hold on, sorry. He has 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He has 12 mana, so you can flicker. He has 3 blue sources, so you flicker 3 times.
Yeah.
So he'll be able to bounce 3 permanents a turn while also making Shane have to discard. And also, if you bounce the token, I think your opponent still has to discard. Is that right?
Correct. That's a way that you can make him just discard a card.
Yeah. Oh, he has a map in play, so he'll be able to get a 4th blue source. So he'll grab a blue here.
Now, I think that Shane's out will be managing to crop rotation a land that he targets it with the horror, and then fizzle that.
Well, Shane can also, I guess, just play a bunch of threats.
Actually, no, because that would not even that would not do anything against the flicker, because that would just cancel the horror, not the flicker. I think this is done.
Yeah, this is pretty much done. Well, it would keep a permanent in place. It would keep parity, right? I guess the worst case.
Sure, but just for that next turn, yeah.
Shane knows that this is done. He's just scooping. Can we look at Shane's first? So, Shane could have won if the one horror wasn't drawn. So
sure,
you know,
looking at board
Shane's list, he's got 3 Stone Rays, which is obviously huge. He's got 3 Pyroblasts, which is even bigger. What do you think he takes out?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't think he needs the Splicer.
Splicer seems bad. Fangren Marauder, I don't think that does anything. It's just a big dork.
Yeah, I think that will be my takeout stuff. I mean,
Rolling Thunder's kind of slow.
I will keep it though, because I think it's another win condition that he can get.
Well, he also has a Bajuka Bog there. I didn't see that.
Okay.
So he can swap the Tree of Tails or something for a Bajuka Bog.
Well, I think that he'll bring the Pyro.
The Secluded Step. He doesn't need the Secluded Step. He can easily swap that for the Bajuka Bog.
Sure, and then bring in 3 Pyros and 3 Stone Rains.
Yeah, for probably Fangren Marauders, the Mole Splicer, and maybe. I don't know. What is the thing above the? What is the green card under the Rolling Thunder? A Pulse Marasa. You can probably take out the Pulse Marasa. His creatures aren't going to the graveyard. Neither are his lands. There's no land destruction in in Kung Fu's list. We can take
Yeah,
a
and
look
he
at Kung
doesn't
Fu's.
run Old Drifter either. He doesn't need the life. Yeah, I will take definitely the pulse out.
Yeah, we could look at Kung Fu's list now. We'll take a look.
Or even one Rolling Thunder. I think that would be
He
fine.
doesn't play basic forest. Apparently not.
No.
There's
No,
no
he
blood
plays
in this
trees,
format.
and there's no path effects or anything here, so no path.
So, Hydroblast and Pyroblast, Dispel, they
Easy.
don't really do anything. Well, Hydroblast does something, I guess, kind of. He's got 4 Retrogriff. He's got 2 Dinrova Horrors, which are obviously coming in.
So everything.
Everything.
Yeah, just bring them all 15. Start taking stupid stuff out.
You just want Shane to win.
Not really.
Wow. Wow.
What is
That's
that
so
card? What is the Horror of Sworn?
Horror of Sworn? Oh, that, when it comes in, it makes 2 1/1s. Or when it's cast or something, I think.
Okay, bring 14 out. No, you don't need the moment space. I do like the horrors here, though.
I think you bring in 2 horrors for probably Rolling Thunder. Like, Rolling Thunder against Shane's deck isn't doing anything. You just want to win with Dinrova Horror.
Yeah, I don't think I'll bring the Hydras. Definitely the Pyros, though.
Prohibit
Wait, he doesn't.
seems
He's green.
kind of weak.
I keep forgetting that he's not playing the Rug one. This is just the mono green one.
Yeah.
He doesn't need anything, though.
Prohibit's kind of weak. Like, it counters Crop, this is true, or Expedition Map. Other than that, it doesn't really do anything.
Doesn't Shane runs the 2 mana cause artifacts that give you? Yeah, I like it because of all the expedition maps, prisms,
Oh, I actually runs
stars,
Ancient
spheres.
Stones, too. This
Yeah.
is true. You bring in at least 1 horror for the Rolling Thunder. Maybe that's it. I mean, what else do you need?
I like bringing both horrors in. I think that they will make a big difference if you can target either the Crusher or one of the Tron's pieces. Even go down in Drifters at that point for horrors. I really like the horrors in this matchup.
Taking out 1 Drifter for a horror really doesn't seem all that bad.
Because even like, I mean, even the poses, I don't know. Well, I guess he has access to the deck list, so he'll know that Shane will bring the Stone Rings. So the poses are in this case.
Unfortunately, Shane has Stone Rains. He doesn't have, like, Earth Rifts, which would obviously be a lot bigger in this matchup.
Yep.
So...
Yeah, that's interesting. I like that one more than Stone Rains, but it's Shane. I'm not surprised.
Is Ice Storm a common in paper?
Good question.
Does anybody know?
Well, I guess that we're starting soon now. Let's see what
And
takes.
Shane did not take out the Secluded Step. Shane's hand is not terrible. Kung Fu's hand is awful. Oh, Kung Fu brought in the Hydroblasts.
So he is scared of the Rolling Thunder. Interesting. I don't agree with that. I mean,
I don't know if I really agree, but Kung Fu probably. I mean, Kung Fu definitely knows this list better than me. I don't play this type of list, so.
But 2 mulligans would be really tough. I mean, Shane doesn't have a really fast hand, but still.
Ew, and he mulligan down to 5. But his hand is, for a mulligan to 5 for Kung Fu, the hand is actually great. If he draws a second land, he has an Expedition Map, a Signet, and a Crop.
Ooh.
And he just drew a second.
Must be nice having them all the time.
All right, well, I guess you could just. Well, that's the age-old secret, right? You mulligan to 5, and you always have turn 3 Tron.
Sure, I always have Tron. That's why I never played this deck. I cannot have draws like this.
Oh, that's just not good.
And then Shane didn't get anything.
So Ice Storm is an uncommon, probably because they didn't want Green doing that back then. So Shane's possibility of winning this game just went down fairly drastically.
And his draws have been worse and worse. So, because it's going to be Tron into Signet, Prism, Drifter. I mean, he has them all by now.
Shane, though, I just want to point out, Shane correctly leaving the Urza's Tower for last. The reason why you do that is because if you get into a situation where you have to play out an expedition map and crack it, you want Urza's Tower to be the last land so that you have the most amount of mana to work with. So do keep that in mind. And it looks like... Okay, so Kung Fu at this point is unmulliganed 3 times over.
Yeah, no, that's it. Like
he unmulliganed 4 times over.
I don't see a mulligan here anymore.
Shane with a basic mountain.
I like it.
Playing Prophetic Prism, of course, to see if he draws Tron. Well, he does technically.
He's
going to have it next turn. So next turn he'll have 7 mana to work with. He can cast Automaton. Or Automation, not Automaton, sorry.
So I think that even though Sane put the star on Kung Fu or the arrow, I guess in this case, I think that the game is pretty balanced itself out now. I mean, there's not that much pressure on either side.
No, I think Kung Fu's.
Okay, that means that
think-
Kung Fu is up again. Then it's not the advantage arrow.
No, I think that Kung Fu is quite favored now with that Ghostly Flicker. It's going to be at the worst 3 mana to draw 3 cards.
But Shane can still get a Daddy Crusher in and still have a pretty good advantage at that point if he draws it.
That's very true.
I mean, it's just a matter of one card.
Unfortunately, at this point, any Stone Rain that he draws is not going to do anything for the simple fact that Kung Fu has both Ghostly Flicker and Crop Rotation to mitigate it.
Yep. But at the same time, if Kung Fu gets 1 horror in, the game is pretty much over because he'll take care of all the lines from Shane.
Well, there's no Mnemonic Wall.
Okay.
Just yet. Deep Analysis.
Sure, but he still have another Drifter and Deep Analysis now to just keep drawing the whole deck.
I know I'm going to get hate for this, but I love Tron. Look how many cards you get to draw.
On a mulligan to fight. Oh, there's the horror.
Oh, there's the horror. There's a card. There's
Oh,
two
another
cards.
one.
And,
Yep.
let's see. How much mana is he up to? That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see. That's 3 from the Signet. I think that's 13, 14 mana, so he can definitely cast both horrors next turn.
Yep.
So he can bounce 2 Tron pieces, make Shane discard 2 cards, and have 2 4/4 beaters.
And at
But
any
Shane's-
moment he gets a wall or another Ghostly Flicker, and that's it. He'll make Shane discard everything.
Oh, okay, so he's just playing it now.
I like
so
that.
Shane's, yeah.
I like that because he will be at least locking him down from Tron every turn, so he cannot take any advantage.
Discarded the star. I don't like that play.
What
at
would you
all.
have discarded?
I would have discarded the Urza's Mine, wouldn't you?
Hmm?
I mean,
yeah.
You're not get to play it out. At least the
thought-
Chromatic Star gives you a redraw.
I didn't think that he had Tron already, but yeah, I would have just
Shane
discarded that.
does not get a Craig token. He's not doing his duty. He is He is putting it as a 6/8.
And now we're gonna get another horror in, and Shane will right-click concede.
Okay, so I may have commentary cursed Shane by saying he was favored. I am so sorry.
Done.
Well, he's gonna get a Big Daddy Crusher next turn, and right now Kung Fu doesn't have a way to deal with it currently.
Well, he does have a Deep Analysis in hand that will make a big difference.
I did say currently. Ulu pointing out it was fun while it lasted. This is true.
It will not get banned. Don't worry about it. I got faith.
I don't think Tron's ever getting banned. I mean, it could. I shouldn't say ever. I think it probably could. But
So, Kung Fu only needs to draw either a Teachings, a Flicker, or a Wall. And the game is pretty much done.
If he draws Wall, the game is over. If he draws the Teachings, the game is kind of prolonged.
Well, it'll be into another Flicker to do Flicker double horror. That's it.
Now you flicker double Mole Drifter and draw like infinite cards.
Will you? Will you not make
Oh,
just the
well-
super salty play and just keep bouncing everything from Shane, not let him play?
Well, right now Kung Fu's on air. So if this Deep Analysis doesn't get him anything, this game's going to be slightly interesting.
That was a nice whiff by him. I mean, he's gonna double horror block, maybe.
Possibly.
I don't know if he took out.
We
the
don't know.
pools.
We can't really see what he drew because he has a full hand already. Once he plays a land, we'll be able to see what he drew.
Oh god, nerf breaking. Show me that car.
Car?
Card.
I don't own a car.
Card. I want to see
Shane
the
should have
card that
kept
he
the
draw.
Pulse. Why would Shane have discarded the Pulse? What is Shane doing?
It's
Why are there just lands in Shane's hand? Why is the Urza's Mine still in his hand?
another horror.
He drew a third horror? Oh my jeez.
And then he bounced Crusher. Okay.
Ice, I'm still confused. Why is there an Urza's Mine in Shane's hand?
I don't know. I mean, it's
I'm
Shane.
so confused. Why is there Pulse Marasa in the graveyard that wasn't actually cast?
It's one of those things that you sit down here and you think, okay, how does he win? Well, it's Shane.
He's
was
blocking the Mole Drifter to put it into the graveyard. Just in case he draws a Pulse Marasa.
I don't know if he took them out. It would be.
Oh no, wait,
interesting
does he
to
play
see.
Polluted Mire? Maybe he plays Polluted Mire.
No. Don't see it.
No, he plays a Haunted Fengraf, so I guess that's the only creature in his graveyard currently.
Yep. Seems that
Yeah.
way. And he got another land. I mean, oh, he has a Drifter. Okay.
Well, he got the Drifter back off of the. You see, guys, when Shane's fans are not here, we Shane's fans are not here for the win. We're here for the emotional roller coaster that goes. Oh Jesus! I remember the day that was made a thing. Oh, and there's the useless Stone Ring because there's
That's
two of
salt from the deck. It's just right there. I mean, and keep in mind, Kung Fu had a mulligan to 5.
I'm still, yeah, on the draw too. I'm still so confused why there's no Pulse Marasa in their hand right now. I'm still so confused.
Is he gonna cast a Stone Rain just for the heck of it?
Shane really breaks my heart sometimes, man.
We cannot see the 2 cards that Kung Fu draw, right? So he might have the wall
well,
now.
No. Kung Fu has six cards in his hand. It's Shane's turn.
Oh, I'm so confused now. Didn't he just do a Drifter? What did he draw?
He drew 2 lands. He drew 2 islands.
Oh, there's more
Oh
cards.
no, there is more cards. There's a mnemonic wall. So the game is actually over.
Sane had to show it. It was
And
like
Shane-
a little bit showing it slowly. There you
Shane
go.
Did not get to use the Bajuka Bog, and now Ghostly Flicker is going to happen, and the game should be over at this point.
Yep,
Shane trying to play Bajuka Bog as an instant are aggravatingly swiping it around.
He's just clicking the screen. Please let me do it now.
Please, come on, man.
One time, deck. One time.
And yeah, Kung Fu is not going to mess around, and that is going to do it. So Shane is going to fall to 4-4, and that's going to bring Kung Fu up to 5-3.
And we thought this was going to be Shane winning and a very, very slow matchup, and he was actually very one-sided.
Yes, that is quite unfortunate. So, real quick, the schedule for next week. Whoa, who was that?
That was just me checking back in. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So next week it looks like it's going to be Shane versus 420 Dragon. So Shane is going to be looking to take out 420 Dragon, and if that's the case, Shane would go ahead of 420 Dragon in the tiebreaker count if there is a tie for any X and 5s, or I'm sorry, X and 4s to make it. Math Guy is going to face Pauper MTG. That is Pauper MTG fighting for their life as well against Math Guy. Littlefield versus Mikey Rue, I believe. Littlefield's already out, so I don't think that really affects anything as far as that goes. It's probably going to be the first match of next week. And then Kung Fu Trees, well, Uluguru is looking to Dream Crust Kung Fu Trees down into the depths of the X and 4s. Oh, never mind. Actually, I think Kung Fu Trees, you just locked up top 4 because I think you beat everybody that could possibly knock you out. You already beat Pauper MTG. You beat 420 Dragon.
You beat Shane now.
Just now. Ulu can't knock him out. Yeah, that's it. Kung Fu just locked up top 4.
Awesome.
So as far as top 4 goes, I think Shane. Wait, who? Okay, Pauper MTG. As far as Pauper MTG lost to 420. No, they beat 420 Dragon. And Shane, how did Shane do against Pauper MTG? Shane lost versus Pauper MTG. So if Pauper MTG wins tomorrow and Shane beats 420 Dragon, Pauper MTG, I believe, makes top 4. If Pauper MTG, I'm not tomorrow, next Monday, sorry. If Pauper MTG loses and Shane beats 420 Dragon, Shane will jump the tiebreakers and make it in as the X and 4. So next
there's still a chance.
Next week is going to be quite interesting. Yes, Shane, you personally are playing tomorrow. We're not playing tomorrow. I made a mistake. So, so Kung Fu, congratulations on locking up 3rd place. Top 4, I believe. I don't think. Well, no, 3rd place. I don't think you can go down.
Because even if Shane.
Oh
wins,
no, that's not true.
Yeah.
No, because Kung Fu is 5-3, right? So if Kung Fu goes 5-4 and then 420 goes 6-3, 420 would be 3rd place. So Kung Fu, I believe that you top 4. You are 4th place now.
Yeah.
Or 3rd. And next week we're going to see who sneaks into the Top 4 as well between Shane, 420 Dragon, and Pauper MTG.
So be interesting next week.
Interesting. That's going to be Shane as Mono Green Tron versus Blue Black Control, or for Blue Black Tempo, I guess, against 420 Dragon, and then Pauper MTG is going to be fighting against Math Guy. So that's going to be the Mono Red combo deck against the Boggles deck. Who do we think is favored in that one?
Boggles?
Really? I mean,
What?
maybe.
I think so. I mean,
Uncle,
he
what do you
doesn't run. Does he have? I don't have the list.
For what do you think? The Mono Red Kiln Fiend deck against Boggles. Okay, I think Kung Fu died. Anyway, so yeah, that really helps. So yeah, join the call and die. That's pretty much what it is. So yeah, so that's going to be the conclusion for this week. I'd like to thank everybody for watching again. Congratulations to Math Guy for locking up the first seed. Congratulations to Mikey Roo for locking up the second seed. Congratulations to Kung Fu Trees for locking up top 4. And we will definitely see who makes it next week. Now, as far as how the top 4 works, I will announce that next week. And, of course, it will be announced on the website in case the information's not there already. So do look for that. Also, to the person who asked earlier in the stream if these VODs go up on YouTube, they do. Shane is the one that puts them up because Shane is awesome. So thank you, Shane. So as far as qualifying for the CPC, well, that's going to be interesting. Every Tuesday, there is a tournament called Pauper Classic Tuesdays on Gatherling.com. Here is the link to it. Jen does sometimes stream it if he feels like it or when he has free time. Pauper Classic Tuesdays is... Shane, I should probably do that. Yeah, good job, Shane. Pauper Classic Tuesdays is a free tournament run by Gatherling.com. I am the host of the tournament. Ula Guru is usually my co-host. I am also one of the assistant admins of Gatherling.com. And the tournament is sponsored by MTGOtraders.com, also who own PureMTGO.com, the place that I write Pauper articles for. And they are real prizes. It's a completely free tournament. It's a real Pauper tournament. We usually get anywhere between 20 and 36 players. We can sometimes have 5 rounds in a top 8, 4 rounds in a top 8. Sometimes we don't get enough to have more than that. We can have 3 rounds in a top 4. It's however many. But there are real prizes on the line. Math Guy plays there usually every week. Ulu Guru plays every week. Littlefield plays when he can. Jen does play when he can. So that should be fun. Now, as far as Gatherling goes, also Pauper Class Tuesday happen every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All events on Gatherling are Eastern Standard Time. There's a vintage event. There's a classic heirloom if you guys want to check that out, and all that stuff. A lot of fun stuff. There's Penny Dreadful and whatnot. I know Zane loves Penny Dreadful, don't you, Zane? So we're as far as the qualifiers go, here's what we're gonna do. Since Emma Lobo's most likely not going to be returning for the 3rd season, and Jen is going to actually I didn't announce this. Jen's not going to be returning for the 3rd season. Jen is not even going to be in the qualifier. Jen is going to replace Zane as the producer of the CPC. Is going to be on my staff. So that opens up 2 more spots. So what it's going to be it's just producing. So what it's going to be is we're going to have 8 spots. It's going to be a double elimination tournament, and the top 2 qualify for the 3rd season of the CPC. So Negashane, Math Guy, Littlefield, Mikey Ruru, Kung Fu Trees, 420 Dragon, Pauper MTG, and Ulu Guru. The 8 of them are going to return for a season 3. They are all automatically invited. Jen and Lobo are out. That leaves 2 spots. So shortly after the new year, hopefully mid-January, Necro is not legal. Oh, in Penny Dreadful, yeah, Necro is legal. So we're going to have qualifiers. What's going to happen is it's going to be a qualifying tournament made up of two Pauper content creators. I'm just going to try to invite Tao the Ninja, so hopefully he accepts. And we're going to have two big Pauper ringers. Whoever the community votes on, or whoever I find, of course. I think so far I've done a pretty good job of finding Pauper ringers. And then we're going to have 4 qualification spots. So what we're either going to do is on gatherling.com on a day that I pick. It might be a Saturday or a Sunday. I'm not exactly sure. We're going to have a qualifier event. What's going to happen is the top 2 either the top 2 will have 2 events, or we'll have 4 events where the person who wins qualifies for the CPC qualifier. So any one of you could qualify for the next CPC challenge, Community Pauper Challenge. Wow, I can't even speak tonight. Holy crap! Any one of you could. Yes, no, not you, Ice. You're not allowed. You're on staff. Any one of you could. Doesn't matter who. I want this to be open to as much of the community as possible, so that is what I am doing. There will be no prizes awarded for that 8-man tournament. It's just going to be to see who can qualify for the CPC. As far as prizes for the qualifier tournament, I can't promise there will be any. It's just going to be to see who can qualify for the CPC qualifier challenge. So we'll see how that goes. Math guy, yes, Math guy, you can qualify. Why would you want to qualify? You're already in. Damn you. So that's that. So again, check out PCT, Pop Class Tuesdays, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on gatherling.com. We always welcome new people. You can always check us out, every Monday here on the twitch.tv/Community Pauper Challenge. You can check out everybody's individual stuff, from Zane to Mikey Ruru to myself to Jen, if Jen ever starts streaming again. And that's that. So, I think I've done all my plugging. Zane, do you have any plugging you want to do? Zane? Zane's good. Okay. So, if nothing else, we're going to send you off. Zane, who are we hosting this week? Figure it out in just a second. Ice, are you still on the call?
Police is here.
Yep, Popo. So Ice, let me ask you, as a viewer, how have you liked the CPC so far?
I love the CPC. I mean, we get to see faces like, well, I guess not faces, but voices by like Kung Fu Tree and like a lot of 420 people that wins a lot of tournaments, plus a lot of the streamers that we know and love that we see every week doing streams. So I think it's a great community that brings, everybody together, and we can see great plays and then Shane playing, which is a different category. But it brings a lot of great people here.
Shane is going to be back for next season, and Jen's the one that is the first ever winless person, not Shane. So
I know, but it's so hard to see it,
Just put
that one.
Hold on. Say it again. JOR what? Yes. Oh, okay. Jorthus? Okay. So we're gonna host Jorthus. So if you guys want to head over there, if you guys want to head into their own thing, make sure to put hashtag Shane things. It's usually what our raid message is. And we will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a good one.
See you guys.
You got that right?
Are we done?